Hi YouTube, welcome back to another video where I just sit at my favorite spot and talk to you about a lot of things. And today's topic is basically related to protecting your energy and not letting people get into that. I'm not gonna get deeper into the energy because it's a whole word, like literally, and I am not fully into that. I just know a few things that help me out, and I am trying to share them with you so you can also use them to help you out as well. One of the things that the reason why I tuned into the energy is because it's more of like how I wanted to protect that. And when I meet certain people or when I have certain people in my life, I tend to give them a lot of my energy and I feel drained. And then I was like, why would I do that? Like, why would I drain myself for people, and why do I feel like this? And I start learning more and more on my energy and people's energy. And don't get me wrong, as an empath, this is something that I give with no expectations until I learned that it's extremely expensive to have access to that energy. And I started, I'm done with that. I started just taking actions toward like, what do I want to improve in order for me to feel good all the time and to not feel drained. And of course, like, we go through certain life events that are not gonna, pretty much help us or allow us to have our full energy, but at least we are aware of it, if that makes sense. So one of the things that I was doing is basically related to, focusing on the people. So when I meet someone or when I be with someone and I feel like, I'm getting drained and they're like sometimes negative, they're talking about certain things that, I'm just pouring a lot into them and not pouring back to me, this feels like a lot. So I start, just being aware of it, and I start just learning on when to not participate. And it was hard because my usual self is more of like someone that would just be extremely extroverted, and where I just share my thoughts and share how I feel about this and how I feel about that. I don't know why these are just going down. I got distracted by them. And but like, this is the idea, this is the whole point of like, you know what, it is more around like, what would be the one thing that I'm gonna, perform from now on that will allow me to understand these people. And you know what, I start just withdrawing myself. As soon as you start being aware of this, it's done for a lot of people. It's done because you'll be talking to someone or you be like, oh my god, these people are amazing, but then like, you remember your energy is something that you can see visions through people. But it's like, once you block that and you be like, okay, I'm not gonna involve my energy, you're gonna see people for who they are. You're gonna see people for what they act and not for what they say. And it is one of the best things ever that I want you to start performing, because it's like, it's the fact that you get to sit down and just be present with the person, but at the same time, you are aware of what is going on inside of you, and you are aware of like what kind of energy you're holding. And it's so powerful. It's like magic. You'd be like, oh my god. It is like so amazing to just sit there and be like, wow, this is my energy that is, pouring around these people. And our energies are more of like glitter on other people and glitter on ourselves. And it's like, when you see something shiny and you be like, wow, this is so shiny, and you get to see it. And sometimes, what if you get to have it, and this is what it means for another person to give their energy to you. It's like, you get to have a little bit from that glam or from that glitter. And then what that does to the other person is like, they are losing it, and they need to go recharge again and again and again every time they meet you. But every time you meet them, you're gaining from their energy again and again and again, until they are aware of like what they're giving you. And when they call their energy back, you will be left with nothing, and then that they actually hold like a lot of power. And this is one of the best things that I've ever learned when it comes up to this. It's like we really be giving people access to something expensive. So we should always be aware of like to whom we're giving this, you know? And like it is so beautiful that we get to just see it from time to time, and we get to feel it, and we know exactly what we're looking for. Once we, once you just learn the whole thing and you be like, you know what, that makes sense. So if you're watching this video, what I want you to do is like know your energy, know your power, because once you do know it, and once you are aware of it, then boom, it's done. Like for me right now, I can tell when a conversation is just interesting just because I'm there. And I am so happy because I know it's just me pouring into it, and at the same time I get to notice other people's energy. And if it doesn't add up to me as well, it means like I just need to recall mine and go. And this is no longer my place. And oh my god, it's one of the best eras. Calling back your energy. Call back your energy. Yeah, so this is something that I want you to learn. I want you to practice. And I know my videos are shorter, but definitely I'm giving you straight to the point type of, advices, because this is so cool once you start just mastering the whole thing and you know exactly what you're looking for. It's done for like a lot of people that are just, withdrawing a lot of, your energy. So keep it up, protect it, and see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.